Urchfab. It's going to be part 28 on the Mongrel, and today I'm going to have a little play around with the seat brackets. Been looking at how I want to bolt some bucket seats in, and you can buy an off-the-shelf seat base mount which will just bolt into the original brackets, and then you bolt your bucket seat straight to it. They're about £200 a side, which I think is a bit steep. So I'm going to see if there's an easy way to adapt the original seat mounts to a pair of these bucket seat rails, which you can get cheap. And if there is, then you know, anyone with an Mx5 that wants to fit bucket seats, hopefully we'll be able to do it on the cheap. Yeah, so these unbolt and they're dead flat, so I mean there's no reason why we couldn't potentially just bolt these straight on top of the runners and have it adjustable. On a track car, I wouldn't normally want adjusters. I would just fix it so that you got some adjustment on these brackets. So I would have it fixed. So whether I'll just take this bottom rail off and then weld some brackets on the top to bolt these two or not, we'll see how close this is. I mean, if we're able to just bolt it all together, then that would be the best scenario for anyone wanting to do it. So we'll see if that is a possibility. Alright, so I've got my rails off. I just took this one off. This is the driver's side because this is the side I want to work with first. So if I get a seat bolted in, I can then start working on my steering column mount off the cage and also the harness bar. So I'll get the driver's one done first. But I've just measured the bolt hole distance on the Mark II Escort. So the Mark II's got fixed points where you bolt these rails in, and the distance between my two bolt holes on the Mark II is exactly the same as the distance from how these bolted in on the seat. So I can essentially just bolt this bracket straight onto the rail here. So that's the original hole there. Front one's just off. So that, I mean, you can just literally bolt your, you can bolt your rail straight onto the existing fixing. Don't even need to modify anything. The only problem I can see at this point, I'm going to cut this off, get this out of the way because we don't need the standard seatbelt bracket. The only issue is that the edge of the bracket is wanting to sit on this bit because it's raised up a little bit. So this piece here is just raised up a touch off of the flat here. So got a couple of options what we could do there. Got the same deal on the other side here. Could either notch this out a little bit just to clear it, or we could just space it up a little bit. I've got some of these little thick washer things. Could space it up, that would work. I'd recommend probably using something you know, like a big flat sort of penny style washer for that. Spread the load a bit better because we've got really big cutouts on these mounts, so you want something that's going to spread the load a bit better. So this is all I've got for now. That would be ideal. Only problem with this is it's a It's a floppy washer. I cannot actually believe that that just bolts straight on. In the world of modifying car parts, that just doesn't happen. There we go. Budget bucket seat mounts. I still can't get over how they just bolt in. I mean, maybe everyone in the Mx5 world already has figured that out, but these are dirt cheap. I'll put a link to these in the description. I think they're about 20 quid. Now I need to find my seat bolts and stick them in, and then we can bolt seat in. I just spent about half an hour searching for my seat bolts. Because what I like to do is save myself a few minutes when I'm taking things apart by chucking all the bolts for everything into one bucket instead of bagging them up and labelling them so you know where everything is. And then when I come to find it, I can spend half an hour searching for each bolt. That was so much easier than I thought it was going to be. So there's actually no way these seats are going to fit in the car. I placed them in there and I thought they would, but even just sat in with no rails, the seats on an angle facing inwards where the side things are hitting the pillar here, because the top of this car is so narrow, which that's really annoying because I wanted to get the seat in, sit in it, and then I could have fabricated all this steering column mount coming down off of here. I could have got the harness bar done in the back, and that means I've got to buy some more seats, which is really annoying. I suppose on the plus side it means I'm not robbing parts from the Escort, because they were already bolted in there ready to go. So a lot of people use like a specific Sparco seat for a Mx5 because it's really narrow. So I'll have to look into whatever that one is, and maybe looking at just buying one of those for now. Alright, so it's a bit of a bummer about the seat, but I've just had a big delivery and some parts for this and some other stuff, so I'm going to show you that. Alright, so this is an exhaust system for that. A guy called Phil from Piper Exhausts emailed me and said, do you want an exhaust system for the Mongrel? And I said, hell yeah. That was yesterday. And it's turned up today. This is a full system, front to back. I've had lots of people asking about if I'm going to turbo it. I would like to at some point, but with all the extra work with the suspension and everything like that, it's probably going to be a project for next winter maybe. So we'll be getting her all up and running just with the stock engine and you know, this manifold. I'm sure I'll add a few extra horses. But yeah, this is awesome. I think we should stick this on the side of the engine, see what she looks like. So massive thanks to Piper Cams for sending me out this exhaust system. It's it really is going to be a massive help. It's just something that I don't now have to buy, and I can put the money into, you know, other areas on the car. So if you've just found this video and you're looking at this thinking what the hell's going on, this car is an Mx5 underneath, and this exhaust system is a complete stainless Mx5 exhaust system, and it's their Slam series exhaust. So it's been designed to tuck as tight up under the car as possible, and so you're not going to, on a really low car, you're not going to catch it on anything, or if you're using it for track or anything, which is obviously what I'm using it for. 2¼ inch, full stainless all the way through, and this end section's been made sort of just for me. You would normally have you wouldn't have to weld anything on your kit. It would be just a bolting kit. This has just been made because the back of my car is a bit different. So they've given me 25% off for all of you lot. You got a discount code Urch25. You can get 25% off of any Piper exhaust system. So link in the description for that, and a link to their site, or you can just phone them up and quote the code over the phone and you'll get 25% off. So yeah, can't wait to get this thing bolted on. Can't wait to hear what it sounds like, because it's obviously going to give it a different sound. Go check them out. Massively appreciate them helping out with the project. Really cool. Just making use of the cup. It holds a good brew. But yeah, not really much progress on the car itself, but that is just the way things go sometimes. Wanted to get the column mounted, harness bar done, but without a seat that I can actually sit in, and there's no way I could do that without the risk of it being not in the exact position that I would want it. So I have to save that for another video once I've actually bought a seat. But yeah, that is it for today. Cheers for watching. I'll see you on the next one.